Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. It's your black friend James. Once again, I just wanted to come and say Merry Christmas to everybody, real quick. And actually, you know what? I thought since it's Christmas, might as well throw some more facts out here because I'm about to be done. So I thought, hey, I have 25 more facts. I'm going to throw at you real quick. All right, let's start off with these. Okay, check this out. If you were to buy all the 12 gifts, from the 12 days of Christmas, or not all 12, but you know what I'm saying, all the gifts from 12 days of Christmas. Apparently, the most expensive would be the swans of swimming that costs about $6,300. I don't know what came up with these numbers, but whatever. One third of the 20 highest grossing films of grossing movies of all time apparently were released during the Christmas season. So I guess that's a good time. I guess because everybody's out of school and you can actually get out and take the family and everybody. So that works out. Christmas could have been a spring holiday, but uh, Pope Julius the First decided that Christmas should be on the 25th, probably because it coincided with a pagan festival of, what I guess it's called Saturnalia. And so that was on the same day. So they were like, we're going to take that over. But you know how that normally goes. Anyways, apparently, the next one, apparently in Ukraine, spiders are a symbol of good luck at Christmas. And it goes back to I guess, one of their Christmas stories that has a spider and it's uses its silky string to decorate a tree for a poor widow and her children. So kind of a Charlotte's Web type situation, at least, in America, that's kind of the closest equivalent I can think of to that. The largest snowflake ornament was actually over 10 feet tall. And it was, according to Guinness Book of World Records now, but that was created for Universal Studios in Japan. And it actually stood 10 feet, 5 inches. And apparently it went on top of the Christmas tree that they had there. That also apparently has a record for the most lights on an artificial tree. Let me explain that. Sorry, most lights on an artificial tree at 591,841. So I'm guessing that's a lot of lights. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's a lot of lights. And that was back in 2019. So I don't know if they still use that or if they still hold this record. So it's been a couple years. Um, apparently, apparently, Christmas trees weren't accepted in the United States at first because they were introduced by German immigrants, and they weren't. I guess the German immigrants weren't seen as Christians, so like it wasn't jumped on right away. Apparently, but then and then it says as late as the 1840s, Christmas trees were seen as pagan symbols, and again, that's why they weren't accepted in the Americas. So I guess, yeah, whatever. But they're accepted now. So hey, um, here's something. I might take the romance out of this for you, but mistletoe actually translate to dung on stick. Dung on a stick. Yeah, not so romantic anymore. But apparently, it's because it comes from the Anglo-Saxon word of uh, mistal, and then tan. So mistletoe is the word that it came from, and then like I said, or mistal is an Anglo-Saxon word that means dung, and then tan means stick. So dung on a stick. But it's still seen as or I guess it was seen as an aphrodisiac among the Druids. So I mean, depending on who you want to, who you like. Mm, hey, aphrodisiac, dung on a stick. I don't know, whatever makes sense. But hey, um, couple more. Actually, not a couple more, a lot more. But we're gonna make these kind of quick. Around 28 Lego sets are sold every second during the Christmas season. I know I've helped contribute to that, so I didn't know. That's crazy. Um, Tens of thousands of people are sent to the ER every year with decorating related injuries. So when you're hanging them lights, be careful. You don't want to be one of these statistics. um, Apparently, back during World War II, um, the United States, like a playing card company here, joined with forces from the American and British intelligence agencies and created these special decks of cards that were distributed as Christmas gifts. Um, but they also apparently could help Allied prisoners of war escape German POW camps. So when wet, the individual cards peeled apart to reveal maps of escape routes. So hey, that's pretty dope. If you can get that information and you get them to your guys, and they just look like normal playing cards, but you can peel them apart and you can you know help get out. Um, so that's kind of cool. Um, uh, a lot of people probably already know this, but back the original location for the 1947 Miracle on 34th Street was the New York Macy's in Herald Square. But I guess when they went to remake it in '94, Macy's was like, "Nah, we don't want to be a part of it." So that's why they created the fictional store called Kohl's. So you know, I guess back in the day, Macy's wasn't as big as they are now, or back in '94. So they were like, "Nah, we ain't gonna be a part of that," and so they had to make up a store. But hey, it all worked out. It's a cute movie. Um, Apparently, it only took Charles Dickens 6 weeks to write A Christmas Carol. That's inspiration for you. Um, Now, December 25th was also likely chosen for Christmas because it coincides again with, I told you, it coincides with the pagan festival. And that festival actually was where there was partying, gambling, and gift giving. So it looks like all those things kind of commingled. And I mean, I don't really do the gambling part, but I guess, hey, the casinos are open, so I guess that's I guess that's a part of it still. Um, okay, now here's the thing. This is weird to me, but back in 1980, the highest selling Christmas toy was the Rubik's Cube, and at that point in time, it sold for $1.99. $1.99. Now, I actually went to go look it up, s- and they now retail for about $10. So, like, I think the lowest I saw was like 9.99. So, still, that's inflation is crazy. This is one I liked. It was that the Toys for Tots was founded in LA, Los Angeles. And that first year they did it was they got 5,000 toys, and that was in 1947. And their very first donation was a handmade doll. That's sweet. So, Toys for Tots. I've given some. We've done some stuff with them before, so should probably. I need to get back into that. They were fun. They were fun to work with. Christmas lights used to be so expensive that they were rented rather than sold, and an electric an electrically lit tree was a a status symbol, and that was like in the early 1900s. So if you had lights, ooh, they rich. The very first Salvation Army collection kettle was in, of all places, San Francisco, um, at the San Francisco's Oakland Ferry at the foot of Market Street. So it was a large crab pot with a sign that read "Keep the pot boiling." So that was the very first Salvation Army kettles. So that's pretty cool. Um, the biggest display of lights ever made is in Australia. So it it has 1,194,380 LEDs covering a 3,865 square meters. Um, and this is David Richards was has used his home to raise $20,000 for SIDS and Kids Act since 2011. So he does this big display and helps raise money for these causes. So that's pretty cool. I mean, hey, I mean, hopefully they help with his light bill too. I don't know how much electricity in Australia is, but I'm sure he must have solar panels or something to make sure he keeps those costs down. Uh, but again, the something different, actually, not again, but something different. The top six Christmas tree producing states are Oregon, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Washington, and Wisconsin. So that's kind of cool. Um, okay, so from performers to maintenance workers, approximately 220 people are hired for the Disneyland Christmas parade. We talk about Disney, so I thought that was kind of cool. But it seems that's doesn't seem like a whole lot of people. But I guess if you're considering everybody that works there and you're just bringing in these people for one like specific thing, I guess that is a lot of people. Um, the word "merry" in "Merry Christmas" actually was not always accepted because being merry used to mean being like intoxicated. So making merry. So yeah. So I kind of get it, but at the same time, it's like, I guess because words change over time. So, it's all good now. Um, the reason we give gifts uh, during this season is, guess it's supposed to symbolize the gifts that the wise men brought. Um, I I mean, I'm sure you guys already kind of probably figured that out, but I guess that makes sense. Now, here's one, and I've actually put into this one as well. Um, Visa cards are used about 6,000 times every minute during the Christmas season. So if you have a Visa card, you add it to this. So that's kind of, I was like, oh man, every minute, that's a lot. But I guess Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. Um, Franklin Pierce. I didn't realize this. Franklin Pierce was the first president uh, to put up an official White House Christmas tree. Franklin Pierce. Didn't know that. All right. Here's the last one. Now, this one kind of, I didn't even know anything about this one until I did this. But Christmas actually used to be illegal. Now, from 1659 to 1681, anyone caught making merry in the colonies could face a fine for celebrating. By the Revolutionary War, the day had so little significance that Congress even held their first session on December 25th, 1789. Christmas wasn't even proclaimed a federal holiday for almost another century. So, and then the last state uh, to declare Christmas a legal holiday was Oklahoma, and that was in 1907. So it hasn't been that long. I guess it took a while for Christmas to catch on here. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here, but get back to, yeah, I guess doing something with my brother for for the holiday, and so again, Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you for being with us on this whole crazy Podmas journey, and we will see you guys real soon. Oh, hey, and I guess I can say Happy New Year as well because, but we'll be seeing you. You know. Have a good one, guys. Merry Christmas again. Happy Hanukkah, because that ends tomorrow. And Hanukkah ends and Kwanzaa starts. So if you celebrate any of those, hey, happy holidays, and we'll see you real soon. Bye bye.